Hello everyone, welcome back to GametechUK and this video, which is a look around the GT Foldable rig from Next Level Racing. So let's get on with today's video. If you know the channel, you'll know that I've had quite a few rigs here. I started out on the GT Amiga art rig, then I went to a Formula 1 rig, then I went over to Sparco. Now I'm back with GT Amiga and the aluminium profile prime rig. These are great to show on the channel and use. They've got a few things in common. They're quite expensive and they're big and bulky, and really they need a dedicated space. But what about the user that hasn't got a dedicated space or doesn't want to dedicate a space and therefore doesn't want to spend a huge amount of money on a big rig? Well, in comes Next Level Racing with the GT Foldable rig. So let's have a closer look. Before we get the product out of the box, let's head over to the Next Level Racing website and have a look at what foldable rigs they've got. So we start with the GT-Lite. Now that is £249 and that folds down with everything on it. That's the unique selling point of this particular rig. This one though, the FGT, you've got two seating positions. You've got the traditional GT racing position, but quite cleverly you've got this Formula 1 design as well, so that's why you're paying a little bit extra there. The one we're looking at today is called the GT-Lite. And this is £199. You've only got the one choice of the seating position, so just traditional racing cars. But you get everything you need, including a side shifter as well. And I thought it was important to look at these sort of library pictures, because I want to know that once we get it set up, does it actually fold down that much? I'm very, very interested. We've got revolutionary adjustment hubs. Apparently it's been developed and engineered for over 2 years, and it can withstand 150 kilograms of force to ensure a solid racing position. So it's going to be nice and strong, and again we're going to check that in a minute. We've got pre-drilled hard mounting and gear shifter support, so if you want to put a handbrake on it, if you want to put a sequential shifter, even though it is more of a light solution, as in, you know, you're not going to be sim racing every single day, you've still got your options for changing gear and handbrakes. This is the bit that interests me, portability and storage taken to the next level. Look at that picture. I mean, you really can store that in a cupboard and get it out in your front room when you need it, or in a spare bedroom. That is the bit that I'm interested here. Once we get the all the equipment on, how does it fold down? How easy is it to fold down and put back up? Seems like there's a bit of an ecosystem for this setup as well. We've got things like the racing mats, so we've got the floor mat, we've got a keyboard and mouse stand, which is the one that I showed you a couple of days ago on my flight rig. You've got a monitor stand as well, and you've also, interestingly enough, coming soon, we've got the flight sim setup as well. So if you was thinking about using it for flight sim, you've also got that bracket coming as well very, very soon. So let's get this out of the box and have a look at it. All comes nicely packaged in the box. It does come in a few various parts, so I've got a little bit of setting up to do. So many rig manufacturers scrimp on the instructions, and I don't think that's the case here. Nice thick card. It's a really nice instruction booklet actually. All the pictures are quite large. I think everything is going to be quite easy to put together, and if you do have trouble, it does say here that there is an assembly video. So let's get it together. Assembly was a breeze. I didn't even need to really glance at the instructions. It's quite self-explanatory. A lovely suede material on the seat. The shifter's in there. So far, so good. Let's get some hardware on it. So there it is with all the legs positioned properly. That's set up to my seating position. The hardware I'm going to use is the Thrustmaster TS-XW with the Sparco P310 competition mod. What a fantastic wheel to use with this setup. It's very easy to get in and out of the rig. We've got this sort of swivel section. It's fixed on one side. You just sit in, bolt it down, and when you bolt it in, it becomes very rigid and part of the strength of the unit. Obviously, to get out, you unstrap the little bracket, push it to one side, and out you get. So I've been in this seat now for about an hour, going around Imola in the GT3 in Assetto Corsa Competizione, and I am pleasantly surprised, I must say. I really went into this with no expectations. I know it's a collapsible rig. I know there's going to be a compromise. I absolutely adore the seating position. It is true GT, and it really does help with the immersion actually. This is a perfect GT position, and I think I will readjust my main rig because this is really comfortable. and really pleasant. And as you can see, I mean, this wheel is quite powerful in terms of force feedback. Outside of the TGT, I think this is Thrustmaster's most powerful wheel, and it's not wobbling all over the place. I mean, the actual rig is holding up quite nicely. It's comfortable. I like the netting on your back. When I race in my full Sparco racing seat, I do get very hot. This has got like a net behind me, so that's going to help with cooling. And you've got little pads either side of your back just to keep you supported there. I am pleasantly surprised, and I don't see that spending any time in this rig is going to be a problem, be it short bursts or endurance racing. So I could drive around here all night, but one of the most important things I want to know about this rig is how collapsible and how easy it is to put away. So let's go and have a look at that. Turns out the answer is very simple. You undo these hooks at the base of the seat, you push the seat forward, and then what I do is I just push that in with my leg, turn it on its back, then you've got the pedal tray to just tuck in. That's what I call stage one. So if you've got enough room, that will be enough to store it that way. If you want to go one step further, loosen the sides up and push it in, and it becomes even more compact. I've been pleasantly surprised, and like I said in the video, having no expectations about this rig at all, it is way better than I thought. I think for £199, adding that versatility for packing it away when you don't need it, storing it maybe under a taller bed or in a cupboard or down the side of a wardrobe, I think that is an absolute winner. £199 I think is a fair price. Even if you're going to leave it up, I still think it's a good rig. The seat is very, very comfortable, and with that netting behind you, it's going to be nice and comfortable and you won't get too hot. I'm sure there are cheaper non-branded alternatives, but I think if you are going to be packing it away and bringing it out on a regular basis, those plastic fittings is where the value is. The fittings here do feel strong and like they're going to last. But I would love to know in the comment section below, what do you think of this rig? Is it something that you thought of? Did you have any expectations on a fold-up rig? I will leave the link to the product in the description. But that is it, everyone. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one.